Browning Buckmark versus the Ruger Mark IV.
Only one way to settle this. Close-up target and line up both sights. Safety's off. Close-up target, both sights. Well, they both missed.
I call that a tie.
No.
Well, yeah. I mean, what is the difference between these guns, really? Well, you could put a red dot on the Buckmark, and that's about it.
As far as the triggers go, there really is not much of a difference. These are small brake barrels. They have almost exactly the same feeling trigger. And it's not a good trigger. Although I think they're fun guns to shoot. I do, actually. And they're just for having a good old time. They're real quiet. And there are things I like about both. I'd say when I take a look at the Buckmark, well, like I said before, we got the red dot, and that's kind of cool because the rail's actually built in. The rail, I think, built into the frame. It might not be now that I look closer at it. I always assumed it was, but this actually might be removable. I never tried to remove it. And I don't think I've ever shot it much without the red dot. I wasn't a big fan of the sights on the Buckmark when I got the gun, which is a while ago at this point, but that's okay, because red dot. They both have that same safety, that automatic safety. And looking at the Buckmark, I'd say the grip has always been something that stands out to me on this gun. I love the grip. It's probably the best grip of any gun I've ever felt. Actually, that's probably true. The grip is just, it's like made for my hand. The front sight that comes on these is like this really big, fat, wide front post, front blade, whatever you want to call it. And then you've got the rear adjustable sight. The rear sight's not bad. It's adjustable for windage and elevation. And but like I said, that front sight being so big, it just didn't, I don't think they pair up well. And you got a little bit more barrel, I think, with the Buckmark, although I wouldn't think it's actually any more powerful at all than the Mark IV. And the reason being is you need velocity. You need some power in the beginning for the barrel to actually help you with your velocity, and neither of these guns have any power in the beginning. I mean, it's very, very minimal. So I think, I don't chronograph anything, you guys probably know that, but by now, I bet if I were to chronograph it, I would be shocked if they're exactly the same, or even if, because of how low power these guns are, even if the Buckmark is less, lower on the velocity table, even though it has a longer barrel. There's nothing pushing that pellet. At some point, the barrel works against you in that scenario too. So, looking closer at the Mark IV, about, I think, the same adjustable sight, similar at least. No rail. Yeah, what else? The grip's not bad by any means. I like the grip just fine. It's very good grip, but it is not the grip on the Buckmark. Buckmark's is the best grip I've ever used. Front blade, or a front fiber optic instead of the front blade. Now these sights are actually more usable for me, and a good thing, because you don't have the option on this particular gun to put a red dot on there, do you? Don't believe you do. You know, you're gonna have a challenge with both guns anywhere out past 10 yards. 10 yards even, you better be paying attention to what you're doing. You know, the triggers are the same, brake barrel mechanism's the same, so it really just comes down to the sights. That's it. See, so a better title for this video would have been Browning Buckmark sights versus Ruger Mark IV sights, because really that's the only difference with these guns. And grips, the sights and grips. At the end of the day, it's all about the sights and grips, right? I give the sights definitely to the Mark IV without a question. They're not great sights, don't get me wrong. It's a front fiber optic. That front fiber optic does not pick up light, at least the one I have, very well at all. It looks kind of banged up too. I'm not sure if I should look into maybe replacing the rod. Probably won't do that. We are talking about $45 guns here. And then the grip, I think I've made myself pretty clear about which grip I prefer, right? That's the Buckmark. So that's 1 and 1, that's a tie. So if you bare bones them, it's a tie. If I can only keep one, which one would I keep? I don't know, I'd flip a coin. Yeah, it's a coin toss. You're good, in my opinion, you're good to go either way. If you're not someone who likes red dots, or you don't want to use a red dot, definitely just get the Mark IV, because the sights that come on the Buckmark aren't that good anyway. If you do like red dots, or you want to, you know, be able to do both, I mean, if I really wanted to, I'm sure I can get this front sight, I could do something to it, grind it down or whatever to get it to look the way I want, or 3D print one, and still have, you know, a decent sight package without the red dot, and, you know, the ability to put the red dot on there. It's really all about preference. It's really not much else I could say about these. But what I will do is I will dual wield them again, and miss horribly, shooting them both at the same time at the closest target I have, and I'm sure I will miss. I actually think I hit that with both of them. What a perfect place to end, right? Guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. And if you want to be notified of my videos, click the subscribe button, and see you next time.